Hello TGN Nation, my name is PatterPlayer2 if you wish to be that specific. It's been, it seems, weeks since the last time I did a voiceover here, because guess what? I'm also sick! Why is the Lord cursed us all at TGN? This makes no goddamn sense! The state of Overwatch in its current build has been something to talk about for certain. We've seen many new characters being introduced into the game, and Blizzard making sure that those new characters aren't obsolete in like 4 seconds, decides to give these new heroes abilities that will change the course of the way we think and play the game. On paper, this seems like a good idea. Any game that wants to continue to live years beyond its original release date must make changes and add new elements into the game to make the game fresh and interesting for new players and people that have been playing since the beta. The problem of this, however, is not just how these characters are being placed into the meta, but how Blizzard is treating all the other characters to fit in this balance. Today, we're going to be talking about power creep, baby, and there's a lot we need to talk about here, so sit back, buckle up, and try to catch how many times I slip up and let my inner Rusty come out, because holy shit, people, this is something I'm stupidly passionate about. So let's fucking do this. First, let's explain what power creep actually is. In its most simple definition, power creep is the idea of the average player of hero power getting gradually higher over time as a response to balance changes. When a hero is underperforming, they might receive a buff to make them more viable, but that adjustment could result in other heroes being pushed out of the meta. Many games like card games, for example, experience this a lot, since they want to keep their games fresh and exciting for the player base. What happens though instead is new elements are added into the game, making other elements either obsolete or so terribly bad that people will get banned just by maining them. A solution to this matter, which is stated by the definition, is to make characters that are not very good in the current meta better by buffing the crap out of them, making the new elements more evened out and not nearly as powerful. On the outside, this is something that would be the proper response. In other games, this would be the correct response, especially those that you don't have to face other players. But with a game like Overwatch, this could nearly destroy the game before it even gets fixed. Instead of nerfing the new elements that make other characters playable, Blizzard has buffed other characters to match the intensity of those new elements. In the direction that the game is currently going, we're going to be getting heroes that can either one-shot others or will just straight up never die. Imagine having a McCree do 250 damage a headshot to keep up with the spam of an Orisa, but she can't die because the Baptiste was buffed so that his invincibility frisbee can tank as much as a fucking Roadhog, and as well giving Orisa a 50% damage boost, because why the actual goddamn not? So what's the solution for this? Well, solution is to write to the Overwatch devs in a civil matter and let them know what's actually going on with their game so they can respond appropriately. The community was getting no response from devs since it seemed like the beginning of the Christmas update to find this post the other day, and my god, if you haven't seen this post, holy shit, just go and give it a look. What I'm going to highlight here is a few key points, so listen up. Looking at GM players for the current patch 1.43, Genji and Soldier are number 6 and number 7 in terms of win rate for damage heroes. What? What? You have got to be joking right now. So in the eyes of the Overwatch dev team, Genji and Soldier are completely viable in terms of the new patch. I'm not sure if the devs have played their game the past few months, but what the hell is Genji winning at? Throwing matches? Jumping off the edge near the spawn room? Because the current state of the game, he would be more viable doing dances in spawn than jumping into battle. Like, actually, what can Genji kill right now? Let's take a look at the current meta, huh? Sigma, Orisa, Mei, Hanzo, Baptiste, Zed. Out of any of the characters, Zen is obviously the pick you would go for, but you mean to tell me that the team wouldn't turn around and press one button to help him? What actually can Genji do here? Alright, you know what? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's going to be running in with the Dragon Blade, his ultimate move on a normal team fight. Let's see what counters he has. Orisa's shields are basically invincible to Genji. Orisa's Fortify, Sigma's big fucking rock, Mei giving him hypothermia, Hanzo spamming storm arrows in a general direction, Baptiste literally existing with his frisbee ready, and Zen ulting. There is nothing a Genji can do in the current meta patch, and you mean to tell me he's got higher win rates than meta picks? Well, I guess he could have a higher win rate if the sample size was Mei playing 17,000 games and Genji playing maybe 4? Whoa, you won 3 out of your 4 games, while Mei wins 8,000 out of her 17,000. Whoa, your 75% win percentage is better than half. Good fucking math skills, buddy! Soldier is different in lower rank matches due to the fact that he can run behind enemy lines and kill Zens before they realize what's going on, but in higher end games he can easily get countered if a team knows what they're doing to stop him. Did you know too that literally him and the support hero Baptiste do roughly the same amount of damage to a Ryan shield? Yeah, supports are damaging just as well as someone engineered to kill. If this isn't the definition of power creep, I'm not sure what else is. At the bottom of the post, our devs tell us as well that power creep is nowhere close to be concerned. I feel like I'm gonna have like a mental breakdown trying to figure out if he's talking about Overwatch or not. Are we playing the same game at all? We're not talking about League or something, right? You know what? I'm gonna give these guys the benefit of the doubt, and maybe they're trying to figure out something to fix the current meta. Oh, I just realized that the devs the other day posted an update for the next PTR patches. I wonder what they're going to... Buffing D.Va's boosters to 3-second cooldowns. Buffing D.Va is the solution to power creep. What? Alright, I think I've calmed down for a little bit. What do we need to do in order to solve this problem? What can we do in order to make it so that heroes in the future won't literally kill all enemies with one cooldown button? Well, as a community, it's important not to call out the devs when things like this happen. Yes, I know that people are very upset, including myself, when it comes to the recent changes of the game, but getting mad at devs and calling them out for things will not solve issues. We are very blessed to have a dev team that actually gives feedback to people's suggestions, even if they're not what we want to hear at times. Other games get zero feedback from devs until patch notes are released, and no one responds when the community gives feedback. The only thing we can really do in this situation is to continue to let the devs know what we feel is the right decision for the game, but in constructive feedback. Telling Blizzard to delete a character from the game is not what we should do. It's not going to happen, and the devs will start to lose even more confidence in feedback if we continue. The next thing we can do is, well, continue to support the game the best we can. There are players who have had Overwatch on their brains for almost 4 years now, and I know for a fact they don't want to leave it. Seeing people leave the game and never come back breaks both my heart, and I bet the devs' hearts too. They aren't robots, they're real people too that put their hearts and souls into this game. Seeing such harsh criticism probably makes them feel less about their game and less motivating to even fix it. You can argue that they're not putting as much into Overwatch because they're prepping for Overwatch 2, but who knows when that's going to be released. We just have to stay put and pray things will be better soon. Maybe one day we can all get back to a fun game that isn't about stuns, invincibility, and shields, but for now, it's something we're going to have to deal with. Every game goes through its rough patches, and Overwatch is no exception. I thank all of you for chiming into this video. Emotions were all over the place with the subject, but I mean, I couldn't help myself. Everyone here at TGN loves Overwatch, and we would hate to see it not get the love it used to back in the day. There's a saying that all good things must come to an end someday, but we really don't want that day to be anytime soon. I'm gonna go watch some old Overwatch footage of us playing to bring back some really good memories. So I'll talk to you guys in another video. Thank you again, and I'll talk to you guys later.